take care of
Is
it.
Bob gonna read still?
Yeah, I will read. And I will announce that I'm pulling my mask on.
Oh my God, that could be controversial.
Otherwise the mask comes down as I speak.
Hey, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. Can't forget that.
Okay.
Who is that?
Dan.
What's he eating?
I don't know, it's a ceiling right now. No,
All right,
no,
so-
it's back on.
Per the governor's order, reference order number 12, we're gonna be doing a Zoom meeting tonight. Should anybody have a problem during the Zoom meeting, please email kclement@brentwoodnh.gov. I also have my email up. Should anybody have a problem.
Be working today. They put you to work for a change.
We had a voided check for $7.96. Reverse.
Hold on a second.
Sure.
I'm lubricate my little fingers here.
I need to do that? I don't know, I haven't done it for
Gee, you're a big hit.
It's winter time.
Gee, you're a big hit.
I'm a big
I had to
baby.
pull the mask down so I can read.
I
My
know.
glasses don't fog.
Yes,
Here we go.
absolutely.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
A&B Lock and Security, $292. Advanced Electrical Design, $1,402.20. Aiden's Garage, $141.20. Air Gas USA, $67.50. Alyssa Sanuski, $18.18. Amazon Capital Services, $499. Ellen Arterias, $43.61. Avatar Associates is $1,624. BB&T Mortgage is $5,830. Block 5 Technologies is $250.47. Boundtree Medical is, LLC is $289.80. Kendra Brackett is $101.45. Casella Waste Management is $25,400.16. Center for Occupational Health is $57. Central Loan Administration is $5,015. Chase Water Systems is $148. C&M Cleaning is $3,834. Comcast is $110.55. Donahue Tucker and Ciandella, PLLC, $157.50. E&J Auto Parts, $208.58. Eversource is $317.02. First Light is $235.08. Future Supply Corporation is $92. Andrew Gray is $72.90. Greenwood Emergency Vehicles is $480. Great American Finance Corp. $317.09. Hartman Oil is $297.42. Health Trust Inc. $7.69. Kip Kaiser $154.44. Joyce Keagle's $214.85. Custom Clubs Fitting Centers $300 even. Ralph Mahoney and Sons is $260.22. Medical Business Services $808.47. New Hampshire Fish and Game is $581.50. New Hampshire Municipal Bond is $45,787.50. Treasurer State of New Hampshire is $173. Oliver Mechanical is $2,128. People's United Bank is $3,169. PHH Mortgage is $4,568. R.E. Prescott Company is $96.48. Karen Sampson is $250. Seacoast Mills Building Supplies $4.64. Seacoast Business Machines is $193.20. Security Team is $552 even. Service Mac LLC is $3,967.02. Stop Stick Ltd is $480. The Money Source is $2,445. Title Communications $205.63. Universe Corporation is $51.12. Valak is $246.45. WM Corp is $3,421.96. WB Mason is $727.88. Dan Wicks is $95.92. Dovin Mule Mortgage is $6,531. Dovin Mule Mortgage again is $6,988. TD Bank is $6,550. TD Bank again is $2,313.
For a grand total of $139,750.02.
There are two payroll checks, one for Christine Belanger,
That was a voided check.
which is a voided check, and Kristen Patch for $481.94.
Did we do these backwards?
What?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what was on top, so that's what got done.
I'm like,
Wait a
I
minute.
thought there was really only 2 checks the whole time. I was all excited, I'm like,
Yeah.
we just saved some serious cash.
I think they were a big stack of bills, so it gets put on top.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, ready?
Yep.
Cherry, $2,392.68. Andrew Bickham, $606.09. Joseph Bird is $2,071.40. Kaden Blazik Ahern, $601.26. Kendra Brackett's $482.67. Gloria Bendia Becerra is $502.25. Adnar Charnar is $185.47. Karen Clements, $1,065.17. Jeffrey Collins, $727.43. Katie Coppola is $83.11. Alyssa Sanuski is $518.37. Michael Dam is $1,589.54. Kiki Donaswall is $169. Robert Gagnon is $568.77. Warren Graham is $283.83. Andrew Gray is $454.28. Mary Lyons Hall is $91.42. Kip Kaiser $777.92. Joyce Kegel is $512.05. Kevin Nealand is $1,666.44. Heather Lindsay is $611.87. Robert McCon is $575.42. Sarah Parkhurst is $403.34. Jeremy Potter is $1,413.97. Wayne Robinson is $921.73. Steven Sforza is $1,724.80. Christopher Spitaleri is $1,567.42. Sophia Streck is $95.83. Charlotte Sullivan, $95.83. Katrina Tennant's $535.57. Josh Turner's $237.12. Olivia Wall is $96.24. Dan Wicks is $3,058.83. Janice Weirs is $76663. Jeremy Worcester is $1,284.10. Daphne Wass is $686.80. Jared Wright Ward is $1,105.02.
For a grand total of $30,529.67.
Combined total of $31,011.61. We had 21 hours of overtime at the PD, 8 at the fire department, and 6 at the highway department. Recreation has 1 deposit for a rental and 2 checks.
Oh, sorry, I'm jumping you, man. I heard you couldn't see today, so
No, I can't see.
I'm saving you.
I,
I was like, here, Don, don't run away. You gotta take your stuff.
okay.
Wow.
Thank you.
So as you can see, we took in 1.1 million, put 910,000 of it aside.
No big checks.
Well, Bill, we held off on the school just for you.
Thank you. Makes me feel good.
205.
You're gonna wait till next week, is that what we're gonna do?
205 next week.
Next week, thanks.
But, Ken, do you have an idea about how much we've received?
89% of taxes have been paid.
There you
They're
go.
due Thursday.
So we'll probably put 90 for that again, as we always do.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on CDs or no, not this year?
The rates are nil.
Minus.
Okay.
Nil. .005 at best.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, let's forget about
I
that.
thought I'd still ask, you never know.
They may change.
We might get lucky.
Someday.
Is there anything else we can invest in?
Gold, get gold.
I mean, we did get quite a bit of money last
We're-
year, so.
We're limited by statute,
Oh, really? Oh.
Yes.
to banks. I mean, I guess we could look into government bonds, but I don't know,
No, that's not so good.
that's not good either. Well, no, we're pretty well set.
Okay.
Just don't budget for any interest income this year. Beyond what we have.
Okay. We'll have 3 pounds, build another 12.
Thank you,
and
John.
we'll get everything back down.
Building permits,
John H., 28 Lad Road, it's a 40 by 50 garage, built without a permit. The permit fee is $500 if he would have pulled it timely. Kip is proposing doubling the fee to $1,000, and the zoning ordinance permits you to do up to 3 times the permit fee.
Sounds good.
move for 1,000.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for $1,000.
Was it the building?
Aye.
Any discussion?
It was a
We have-
garage.
Huh?
I was answering Phyllis's question.
He built
I
it
didn't-
without a permit. He
Yeah, I
just
know,
put
but I
it-
didn't hear the name.
28 Lad Road,
Oh, okay.
And it's a garage, right?
yes.
Yes.
That's the one I had a chat with him.
So we have a motion and a second, we have to do a roll call vote. Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
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 Phyllis, aye, and I'm an aye.
And Jim Johnson, 31 Shannon Way, for a generator permit.
Right in there.
I signed that one, not the other one.
No, no.
We'll swap.
One's on the reverse side.
Okay.
Open that one, Dick.
3 pounds didn't build anything this week?
Not this
What are they
week.
doing? What
Wow.
are you doing over there? What,
Get
they
ready
sleep
for
over there?
Christmas, man. Relax.
He's building in Kingston.
Is he?
That's right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, that's right, you bought that, yeah, you got that.
He bought that old greenhouse, remember?
Oh, yeah. He's not gonna do anything for the, Amazon?
Yeah, well. Bob, I think we're waiting for you.
No,
No, we're not.
I'm waiting for the,
I'm behaving. He's got a
Yes.
spike that he's
Yeah.
ready to,
Never mind.
he's getting
I'm
into.
sorry I
he's-
was
I
armed.
take it
He's
back.
getting into ice picks now. He's like, Bob, go ahead, say something.
I take it back.
So we have one bid for the Mill Road Bridge. Looks like it was A&N Whipple Construction. It's all, you don't have to worry.
I figured if you're having a hard time getting through paper, I'm good.
Total bid price is $112,000.
Make a motion?
Are we expecting any further bids?
The deadline is closed. Today at 3.
Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
I don't know, I think we should review it in detail. It's significantly less than our engineer's estimate, but this young man I met, Aaron Whipple at the site, seemed very interested in the project, so I expect everything to be in order, but I haven't talked to him since then, so I'd very much like to go through it in detail.
I agree. Karen can send you copies.
Should I pick those up tomorrow, Karen?
I can just scan and email them to you and Jim Turner. Does that
You'll
work?
email? Great, that's even better. I hope everyone realizes that bears out,
That's a really good place.
that's a significant savings over the bridge replacement that we were at one time talking about, so.
Mhm.
There's
All right.
There's a lot of money saved there for the town.
Excellent.
Motion for the minutes?
I have a motion for the minutes and a second. Motion by Bob, second by Bill. All in favor, Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye. Oh,
Bob?
Aye.
aye.
Phyllis?
Aye.
And I'm an aye.
I make a motion for the non-public?
Second.
Motion by Bob, second by Bill, all in favor? Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Phyllis?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. The door project at the library is gonna be $125 more than approved. Do we wanna take an additional $125 out of library impact fees?
I make a motion.
Motion by Bob, second by Ken, all in favor?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye,
Ken?
aye.
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Phyllis? And I'm an aye. Karen would like to close on the 24th and the 31st at noon.
Well, the 24th.
Oh, the 24th is all day.
Oh, the 24th all day and the 31st at noon. Employees will use earn time if they elect to take this time off.
I'll make a motion that we accept that.
Motion
I'll
by
second.
Ken,
I'll second.
second by Phyllis, all in favor? Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Phyllis? And I'm an aye. You're good.
Thank you.
No idea what the FFRCA.
Yeah, what is, what,
CRA?
So
Federal
FFs,
Family,
yes, so that's the Expanded Family Medical Leave Act that was enacted in April due to COVID. So it allowed up to 2 weeks of paid leave and up to 2 weeks of paid leave if you were experiencing COVID symptoms or if you were in quarantine, and then up to 12 weeks for those that had children remote learning. They haven't extended it yet into 2021. Do you wanna make some sort of a provision with your sick pool to, give 2 weeks of paid leave through the sick pool until such time that FFCRA is extended?
it's expected to be.
It's expected to be with the new administration, but they haven't announced any plans yet.
I believe an employee shouldn't have to choose between staying home if they're symptomatic and getting a paycheck.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve it.
Okay.
Moved by Ken,
Second.
second by Bob. Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Phyllis?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Symptomatic persons have been required to test out of quarantine. If an employee is placed on quarantine, do you want a negative test before they can return?
If they satisfy the 2-week quarantine, then I would say they don't need the test to come back. If they're gonna come back, cause I know they can come back after 7 days, they can test out. So if they're gonna do that, then yes, they would need a positive, negative test,
Prior to 2 weeks is what you're saying.
yes.
Yes.
So
Prior
the
to-
7-day test out is only for travel. If you've been exposed,
I
if you have an
thought-
unprotected exposure, then it's
10 days,
days.
10
I
days
thought it
is
was
the
10,
max.
I thought it
But
was
they can test to come back.
earlier than.
So what's the recommendation from our health officer?
I would say if they're gonna come back before the 2 weeks, I want a negative test. If they're gonna do the 2 weeks, then it's not
Is
required.
it 2 weeks or 10 days? Cause I'm,
10 days is
10
the
days.
recommendation, yep, CDC is guidelines.
so we're.
As the
are we gonna-
updated CDC, the governor is still at 14.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind, I got it.
But I would do the 10.
Yeah.
If they're gonna come back before 2 weeks, I would say I'd like to have a negative test.
If that's a motion, I'll second it.
I would make a motion on that.
Moved by Bob, seconded by Ken. All in favor? Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Phyllis is an aye.
And then
I'm an aye.
are we reimbursing the expense if they incur an expense? Some insurances aren't covering it, and some people are going to like a Walgreens or something to test out faster.
Well, the
I
rapid-
thought insurance was covering, they just weren't covering a rapid test.
Yeah,
I think the last person, there was a cost.
Well, if there is an expense, we should pay for it.
So what is it?
Well, not if they're, weren't exposed at work.
Well, no, that's what we're talking about, employees, right?
Yes.
Right, but they could have been exposed at Christmas dinner.
Market basket.
I've had 3 tests and I have not gotten billed once.
But are you being sent to the doctor or are you just doing it on your own?
I do it because of, maybe I'm in a meeting and I just wanna make sure that I'm covered.
The only test I've ever been billed for is a rapid test.
Yeah. And I haven't taken any of the rapids, I've taken the regular ones, and
Yeah.
I've gone down to Convenient MD, Clear Choice, the one in Epping.
Well, you know, for our health though, I mean, and the health of our employees, if we got the money, let's pay the bill.
Yeah, the rapid test is not, you're getting a lot of false negatives,
Right.
or false positives.
And I think it's $125.
75, I think is what the rapid test is.
And that's my concern, is that's not as reliable as the regular test.
So the health officer is saying that we should pay for it?
Well, doesn't your
I'm
insurance
saying,
pay for it?
I'm saying it should be covered by insurance.
Okay,
Should be
I wouldn't
covered.
pay for the rapid test, I would pay
right,
for the
right.
regular test.
So is our insurance covered?
Yes, well.
Yes, so if you go through your PCP, it will be covered. So just so I have this clear, you testing out of quarantine, you're gonna require a PCR test, and it's the 10 days.
Correct.
And paid leave.
Yep.
Okay. And, or we'll pay for it, if it's not the rapid test.
right.
Correct.
Okay, got it?
If it doesn't go through insurance, which it should.
Andy, you have a question?
Yep.
Thank you. Bob Stevens, 60 Norfolk Drive. I'm just curious, nobody talked about testing into quarantine. It was a symptomatic thing? Is there a test to confirm they have it?
Same test.
Yeah, it's the same test.
Yeah, but it wasn't, I didn't hear it as part of the process.
We're
I
talk-
just missed it.
We're talking that if somebody was exposed, they have to quarantine for 14 days unless they take a test. So in order to come back to work 10 days, if they have a negative test, they can come back to work. A positive test is a whole different,
And this is for town employees under the government's, the governor's plan, right?
Yep.
Got it, thank you. Sorry for.
that's okay.
Just didn't understand.
Documents to sign.
Appointment slip?
I have an appointment slip for Alexander Hadosi as a part-time police officer.
Make a motion?
Second.
Motion by Bob, seconded by Ken to appoint Alexander Hadosi as part-time police officer.
Aye.
Bill, Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Phyllis,
Yes,
and I'm an aye. With all kinds of people.
I think that's Kathy Bailey.
It's Kim Leo.
This is an abatement for 4 utilities. They were charged the state educational tax portion of their tax rate, and they should not have been, so that's to abate that amount off of their tax bills.
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Bob, second by Ken. Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Phyllis,
aye.
and I'm an aye.
And I have an intent to cut for the Pilgrim Church.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Motion by Ken, second by Bob. All in favor, Bill?
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Phyllis,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
Want to do earn time now or later?
Want to do what?
Earn time now or later?
We'll do that later.
And open enrollment is, for benefits, is through the end of this month, so I should be able to firm up the benefits budget for you for next week.
Did I sign it in the right place?
Yes, you did. No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't think so.
No.
Put it back to me. Want to give it back to me?
Thank you.
No, you did, I'm sorry, you did sign it.
You just put today's date, 12/15. You didn't sign it.
I almost signed in the wrong place. But they would have never guessed.
No,
They can't read it.
too small.
It's as bad as his.
Huh?
Huh,
Little
your
small
signature.
teeny print, hard to see.
Go to budgets.
Okay.
I'll take a motion to reopen the budget committee budget, because the budget committee cut their budget down to $500 last night.
Wow.
Make a motion.
Because the secretary is not doing most of the minutes at the meeting, so she's not taking quite as much. So motion by Bob, do I have a second? Second by Ken to open the budget. Now I'll take a
Motion for 500?
motion
Second.
by Bob, second by Ken, for 500. All in
Aye.
favor, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Aye.
Bob, Phyllis is an aye, and I'm an aye.
I would make a motion for the health officer's budget to be cut by 50% back down to $1. We reopen that. Come on, I don't take it anyway.
every budget except for debt services that has seen the budget committee is passed now.
Can you
Why not
explain
debt
why they
services?
wouldn't take care of debt service?
There was a question, I wasn't present, Bob was there, so I don't know why.
And I know I passed it over to Karen.
So I believe Karen's gonna attend the next meeting to
Oh,
help
okay.
sort it out. I don't know what the questions were. Insurance, property liability and workman's comp passed because Bob recommended it.
Wow.
I'll make a motion.
They deemed that he was the insurance guy, so if the insurance guy recommended the budget,
There's not a person in the town that doesn't know that.
Well, makes sense.
Carol knows that.
let's go to Conservation Commission.
I'll make a motion, we approve it.
Conservation Commission is
Second at
down
13,652. That's awesome.
5,000, 6,000?
Good job.
Thank you. Can I say a few things?
Sure, can you just come up to the black chair because,
We call it the Band-Aid chair.
Is that right?
Hopefully you don't leave with a boo-boo.
Okay.
It's awfully low, huh?
yeah.
It is a
That
short
like me,
chair.
it is, yeah. Okay. So, we went through this in detail, and of course, I had to educate myself on what a few of the items were. It was really beneficial process and a good, great discussion. The reason I'm sitting here and not just asking you to approve it is I wanted to make sure that you and the townspeople know that some of these items that we've cut here are important to us for the future. And of those, the most important one is the last, the annual appropriation. That item is to replenish our $75,000 fund that we carry to do land transactions. And we just simply asked for enough to replenish that amount. Our overall reduction is on the order of, well, just over 30%, and 6,000 and change. And I can't though say that next year we won't be asking for more under annual appropriation if we spend it on land acquisition. So we have the potential to vary year to year greatly. We wanted to take this chance to cut some other items as well as get the annual appropriation correct to replenish that fund, because we know that that the town is trying to lean its finances, so we made a good faith effort to do all of that.
May I ask you why you cut the salary for the secretary's not there? The secretary's not gonna take a salary, or what's?
That's right,
Yeah.
yes.
I would recommend that you put
A $1.
a $1 token in there for that, just to have that line
That
item
Medicare.
in Medicare, yeah. So you have the line item open in the future, in case you change your mind or decide you want to have somebody get paid.
We discussed that, and as a group, we decided that we did not want that. If it falls off, I don't know what the implications are if it falls off the sheet. Can we not open that line item up again later?
No.
If you raise $0, then you can't use any funds at all towards that purpose at all for that calendar year. If you put it at $1,
Oh, I see, I
you
see.
can grab money from another line to offset those expenses.
Yeah, I don't think that, but next year, will this be off of the list, these
No,
things?
no, it'll still be on there.
Yeah, we're pretty confident that our secretary's not gonna be requesting this for this year, and we can revisit that next year if that's okay.
So I'll make a motion for 13,652.
Moved by Bob,
Second.
second by Ken. Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
I'll
Phyllis?
abstain because I'm on the conservation, but I vote for it.
And I'm an aye. So the budget of 13,652 passes for the Conservation Commission.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Can I just ask quickly, I didn't see the agenda, but is there any reason I need to stay or listen to anything else?
If we
We're
have
doing the PD budget
ACO budget,
and ACO budget.
that's it.
And that's pretty much it.
That's the extended meeting, and then we'll have some stuff that's come up, but other than that, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Chief?
In a hot seat.
Let's start with the ACO budget, because that should be somewhat painless.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief, how are you doing on replacing the ACO?
Well, the plan is, once we get better staffed, and we're headed down that path right now, then we'll advertise again and see if we can find the right candidate for the right fit for our department.
All right,
So the ACO budget's been the same at $9,841.70 for the past 2 years.
I'll make a motion.
But well.
Do you want to keep
Go ahead.
it, you want to keep it level? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll second it.
See, well,
Well, hold on, Phyllis has something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
it'll be like till June, I think you should cut it in half. You're not gonna get anybody, that's my feeling, but,
Well, the only thing you could cut in half would be salaries, because the rest is different expenses.
So
so
you,
why can't you cut them in half?
Because you can't cut everything in half,
Or cut the budget in half? Why?
because some of it is for NSPCA, vet services, those are gonna happen whether you have an ACO or not.
Okay,
Uniform, if you're hiring somebody new, you're gonna need the whole 900. Training, you're gonna need the whole 600 if you're hiring somebody new. So, if you wanna take 3,000 out of salaries, I think that's fair, but I don't,
Do you think it's doable?
When do you think you'll hire somebody?
nobody might show up again, and then that's.
I would say maybe around March, by the time we advertise, interview, background, March would be a good estimate.
so that would only be 3 months.
But that's just to interview? You wouldn't
Maybe
hire
we'll
them?
hire, hopefully.
Well, you post the position.
Right.
It takes about, you gotta post it for a period of time, 30 days.
I just,
I say.
How many hours is the $6,000? Because I don't think that's a whole lot of hours, so it's not
Yeah.
like we're looking at,
Probably
No,
looking at 4 to max 10 a week. The only real busy time is when they're doing the
civil
civil
forfeitures.
So with-
forfeitures.
Right.
That can be pretty intense, but you also don't really know
Right,
what, you really
Yep.
don't know what's gonna happen. You could
Yep.
go weeks and weeks with nothing,
but
and then you could have a couple of weeks where you're intensely taking care of, many animal calls, bites, who knows? I mean, you just not really don't know.
my question more was, what's the suggested pay rate and how many hours will that give?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think we figured at $14 or $15 an hour.
So how many hours in a year will $6 grand,
Well, if you just take, if we know we got 3 months, we're not gonna be using it, and it's basically $6,000.
Yeah.
It's $500 a month. I'll make a motion for $1,500 to come off, simple math.
I'm okay with that.
Does that work? Is
Phyllis, does that work for you?
yeah,
that reasonable?
very reasonable.
So I make a motion that this be reduced by $1,500,
What does that put the
and that's
salary
gonna
line
put
at?
us at,
So that's 1 day a week.
$8,341.70.
Well, it's gonna change the FICA,
Yes, it
isn't it?
is.
Well, that's why I did 1,500, cause it's 5,917.60.
At 452, we might as well just leave.
Yeah, just leave the 452 in
Oh,
there.
okay.
And then you just reduce it by $1,500 and it gives us a buffer, cause it doesn't matter which line I take it from, I can always
Right,
play around
right.
with it later on.
Yeah,
I'll
What's the
second.
bottom line budget?
$8,341.70.
Is that what you get, Karen?
Yep.
So Bob moved 8,341.70, Ken seconded it. Bill?
I'm reluctant because if you hire somebody even in March, this amount of money works out to 8 hours a week,
From
one
March?
day a week,
But
for the
if,
year.
And
if we budgeted for this and I got 3 months off of,
Okay,
it's $6,000, right, for the year?
yeah.
Right.
Simple, I mean, to me, it's just I take off 3 months, it's $500 a month, that's what we're factoring in.
Yeah, well, I'm a.
That makes 12 months.
I'm a no, I
Okay.
think.
The only other problem is if you send them to school, they're gonna be going to school for 40 hours in a week.
Yep, that's right.
So there's half your budget right there. Right?
Yeah, because
How many,
the annual
How many
training
hours
is
do you
a
work
week
out?
at UNH. if they're
100
doing
something?
it, Yeah.
We have
It's
training in here,
$113 a week.
you have a
That's
training
what-
budget for $600.
Right.
Right, but that's the cost of
That's
the
to
school,
pay for the school though.
that's not the
for
payroll.
person going there, so. So I'm a no anyways.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob, Phyllis,
Aye.
and I'm a no, so 3-2. Ready for the next one?
yes, sir?
This is the hard.
Alright, so you should have a front page, a second page of salary, and then it looks like the chief has done a pretty good job of explaining line items and increases. Fortunately, Chief, Karen thought it went out in an email, but we all just saw it tonight, so.
But Ellen did her part, she did send it in on Thursday by the deadline.
She made the deadline.
She made the deadline and I thought about sending it.
Karen had us all believe that we were nuts.
I was like, oh, more than one of you are saying
She
that.
did. For a while there, yeah, I was like, oh geez.
So the biggest question is gonna be, is there any officer that you put in for more than a 3% raise?
I'd have to do the math on it. So, when I did the matrix, I put the officers in where I thought they should go based on their years of experience.
So you did another payroll adjustment.
Yes, I did.
And now you're using a pay matrix?
Yes. As of, when the budget passes, it'll go into effect. So I calculated the 13 weeks at their regular pay, and then 40 weeks with the pay matrix once the budget passes. And you can see it there, what the hourly wages are with the adjustment.
So really, your patrol guys are the ones that are benefiting, your admin staff is really taking a minimal increase.
Well, like I said, the matrix that I used, that's, the matrix is, each step is calculated by 2.5%. So each year, on a successful completion of your performance evaluation, you'll go up 2.5%. And the matrix is adjusted each year by 2%. So the goal with this,
Is to
Is
give somebody a
retention.
5.5%?
4.5.
Every year.
Half and half. Half a year increase. So are you looking to do an increase mid-year? That's what I'm looking, I'm trying to.
It depends, it's designed to go on your anniversary year. So when you get, you reach your next anniversary, that's another year. So you're,
And then you automatically get a 2.5% increase.
each year,
And then
once
if you
adjusted.
go up a promotion, you get an additional whatever it is.
If you accept the matrix.
Yeah,
Have you factored this in without the matrix?
Well, unfortunately, the matrix only works for year to year because next year's selectman isn't bound by what we approve today. So, I mean, the matrix is a great idea and I think it's great for retention, but unfortunately, it doesn't work in town government. Because it goes year by year, whoever's sitting here and approves the police budget.
I'm more in favor of just what's the raise gonna be and let us kind of kick that around, because I think we all have our own ideas about what that. I'm not a big fan of the matrix, so I have to tell, I've said that before, I'm not a big fan of the matrix. I think, you're just gonna give automatic raises to people. I would rather just say, hey, look, whoever it is, Officer A, Officer B, Officer whatever it is, we wanna give that person a 3% raise or a 2% raise, and that's kind of where my head's at, so.
So if I can address that,
Yeah.
the problem with that philosophy is, it's arbitrary. It's arbitrary to look at someone and go, I think you're worth this much, or you're worth that much. And it's difficult when the competition out there of other agencies having pay matrices, and officers looking to see what they're gonna make. So, to retain an officer here, when they know they can go over there, know what they're gonna make, right out of the gate, know what they're gonna make a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, and not know what they're gonna make here, you're competing with that. And, I mean, human nature is gonna dictate which way you're gonna go. That's the problem with that. Second part of that philosophy is how much money we spent. I'm close to $13,000 that I've spent out in advertising, testing, background investigations, polygraphs, psychologicals, and that's not even the cost of, sending them to the academy if you need to, and 300 hours of FTO. I mean, one officer that went to a higher paying department, we spent $25,000, and we got 2 months of work from this officer. So you're paying it out now.
Yeah, but we have a commitment when somebody comes on board, so we're not really losing that commitment of money that you've spent.
And
That's
that
gonna
officer
be
left
reimbursed
his
one
pants
way or
back.
another, it's gonna be reimbursed over time, or it's gonna be reimbursed by the department they're going to. So it's not like we're losing that money, I know it's a pain. I know it's a pain, I understand that, it's not a money pain, it's a big pain in all ways. To try and get everybody on board and having a cohesive department is really a goal for all of us, and I understand that. And I think we're almost there now. I really think I think we are there, but, time will tell.
Well, you have to figure not only the training, but with this particular officer, we sent him to taser school, which was around $2,000, $1,200 for the class, and then sending him in a hotel because we needed a taser instructor, and we lost him a month later.
Yeah.
So we had to send another officer to the taser instructor school. So it's a continuing process. So if you wanna look at the numbers will dictate that.
But we can't put a matrix in play anyway, right?
No, I mean, we can,
We could for this year.
this year,
So
and
it's
then,
only 1 year.
right,
So that
And then
that defeats the purpose of the matrix because
well,
you don't know, it may come down 5 years from now.
the idea is if next year, that's what her budget is gonna be at. You know that the salary line will be up 4.5%.
Well, we know that come March, we're gonna have either 2 new selectmen or the same staff of selectmen,
Or one new,
or 1 new, we don't know,
right.
okay? But I wanna remind Phyllis of a conversation we had 9 years ago about the school always getting their periodical raises. And you felt very, very emphatically that we should do that for the town employees. And it has always been my mission to accomplish that. So I think Phyllis and I would agree.
I like the matrix system
Okay.
because we had it years ago, so I think every department should have it. 'Cause we need to do a new wage study because we haven't done it.
Several years, yeah.
This matrix puts us in the middle. It doesn't put us on the top end, it doesn't put us on the lower end, it puts us in the middle where we're competitive with surrounding agencies. And the other thing that I wanna bring to your attention, I know you're already aware of it, but by losing officers, 2 or 3 at a time, puts undue strain on the existing officers and staff that are left to try to provide coverage to the town. And we all know what our overtime has been, and, trying to provide that coverage at great cost.
Now, Andy.
So do we have to vote to accept the matrix or?
No, we would
the
just,
acceptance of the budget.
the only thing we vote to accept is her budget.
Now, overall, the whole budget's up 3.95%?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's
And
very
that's-
reasonable.
And that, if you do the, if you look at the lines there, it's mostly salary and,
Retirement.
and retirement
Well,
and
mine-
FICA, you know, FICA. which-
Yeah, minus those two items, I mean, I think the salaries are in line.
No, I'm just saying where that,
Yeah, right, that-
what that increase was, it's
Mhm.
not a whole lot, it's not in a lot of other places
Right.
in the budget. It's salaries, it's FICA and it's retirement.
And the
mainly.
retirement is in there, I thought we would keep
Why is
that out.
telephone double?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, why did
Why
phone
is
go up so much?
retirement in there?
Cause we're,
I thought that was
AT&T,
separate.
we're about $670 to $80 a month for AT&T. Between
Oh.
the Nighthawks and the department phones.
What's the Nighthawks?
For the,
It's a
Laptops.
router for the cruisers,
Okay. So it's like a hotspot?
yes.
Yeah.
Do they have cell phones too?
We have cell phones, department issued phones.
So couldn't they just turn the hotspot on the cell phone, since it's included in the rate?
it would, the laptop has to have a specific IP address, so each officer couldn't have,
Okay.
it wouldn't work.
Can we get a better rate through T-Mobile? Cause I know I have $20 added per
We're-
line in
We're
my
with
house.
AT&T because it's the,
FirstNet program.
FirstNet, thank you. FirstNet, which is what Rockingham County has right now, so we needed to stay compatible with Rock County,
So,
because they dispatch for us.
So continuity is important in this area.
well, FirstNet is a program where it's a specific network for first responders. So
Everybody's on the
when,
same.
when you have a tower crash and there's a major incident, everybody else gets kicked off the phone network and the FirstNet people get to use the network.
Got it.
So it's designed to make sure that first responders have telephone communication.
All right,
What's the,
And in that phone line, you need to buy the lieutenant a phone stand because he's making me dizzy.
why is he spinning around?
Yeah, he's like, sometimes I'm watching TV, sometimes I'm watching his feet.
I see the, like, is there anywhere we can cut in like software support or IMC? What's IMC software? Is that a specific program you guys
That's,
buy?
that's
That's
the
for the
fee that we
police
have to
department.
pay to utilize IMC and the services through Rockingham County.
Wow.
And
It's
it's,
estimated, I
10
think it
grand,
was
huh?
77, let me
You-
look and see what that is.
the way IMC is you buy the program every 3 years.
So,
So it's a third of the cost of the program every year, so every 3 years you buy the program. And Phyllis, to answer your question, retirement's always been in the budget,
Yeah,
it was
I looked-
healthcare we
I
moved
just
out.
looked, yeah, okay.
I mean, how much, what's our retirement up?
Retirement is up 6%,
Ouch.
So, I mean,
Oh,
that's,
that's a huge amount, huh?
yes.
right, yeah,
88 to 133.
And that was a state mandate.
that's
Right.
state, so you don't have anything to do, you know.
in fact, I remember asking our senator if he could do something about that. He's no longer our senator. Well, I'm ready to make a motion, Mr. Chairman,
I have a motion by Ken,
to accept the budget of 885,422.
do I have a second?
I'm still reviewing it.
Okay.
I'll second it.
I have a second by Phyllis.
I was gonna ask one more question about firearms. Is that for ammo?
Ammo primarily.
And the only reason is and I know we had talked about this, is it possible, because there's an expectation that ammo costs are gonna go through the roof. Right, I mean, it's out there. Is it possible to use what we have left to purchase additional ammo?
Yes.
So that way you're kind of buffering what that cost would be next year if we can purchase it this year?
Yeah, and that was, after the budget, that's what I was gonna present, is to see if we can, if you'd authorize $10,000 purchase of ammo, which would carry us into next year easily and beyond, potentially.
Well, and my thought is maybe we could purchase a little bit more ammo and then you can reduce what we have in the budget by that, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but you're not talking about a lot of money.
well, if you can buy more, today's prices for ammo is gonna be cheaper than tomorrow's prices.
Got it, understand.
Especially in the current climate, you get the new admin in here,
But I don't think 8,000 is the whole ammo cost. It's not all ammunition, is it?
No, it could be, training classes, for example, I mean, to get a firearms instructor, we spent about $5,000. Because they gotta be pistol instructor, rifle instructor, shotgun instructor, because we have less than lethal simunitions, so there's a lot that goes to that.
I was thinking about taking 2,000 off of that, that's me. If you can buy $2,000 more this year with what's left. Just kinda buy those supplies this year. Like I know we talked about getting a laptop if we could, but
No, you talked about getting a laptop.
I talked about getting them a laptop. See, I did bring that up.
The chairman didn't think it was a good idea, but.
I thought it was a great idea.
Not too many
I heard
people
all
like
about
working off of a laptop.
Dan,
Maybe,
turn your
maybe,
phone.
maybe a workstation, but, you're talking about taking $2,000 off an $88,000 budget. You're
That's what I
talking
think.
about a 10%.
I'm just trying to get the percentage lower to closer to 3%.
$2,000's not gonna do that.
I'm trying to get it to 3%. That's one item. You want me to start looking at more? How hard do you want
I'm
me to
just
look?
saying,
I would
we're
defer
talking
to,
about cutting $2,000 off an $88,000
then I would defer
budget.
to let you
Right,
look at
isn't
it further more if you want. I would say
Well,
let's
there's a
postpone it for
There's a
another week.
motion and a second, so I'll take a vote. Bill?
Okay, I'm not ready to really vote on it.
I'm still trying to figure out how to get to 3. So, like, I don't see how we can get to 3.
You would, what is a 3% raise? 3% of the
It's
budget?
1,000 less than what's proposed.
How much?
1,000.
No, it's more than that.
No, I'm tired, 10,000.
$10,000.
Yeah, that's a difference. You left out a
That's a
zero?
little bit,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's 10,000, yeah, sorry. I don't see where we could get it.
Well, that's why I was looking at, you got $10,000 for IMC
So can you vote no,
software.
yea or nay?
Yeah.
Ken? Yay. Bob?
I'm gonna abstain because I'm not ready to vote on it.
Okay. Phyllis?
Yes.
And I'm an aye. Budget passes. It won't be that easy at the budget committee.
No, because they're gonna do kind of what I wanna do, but
Huh?
nobody's paying attention.
What?
Who abstained?
I did.
Bob abstained.
Because I can't vote on something I haven't really delved into yet, especially that much money.
Okay.
Next thing, chief?
Yes, request to purchase about $10,000 worth of ammunition.
That I agree with, make a motion.
Bob.
Second.
Second by Ken. All in favor? Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Phyllis?
Aye.
I'm an aye.
And the last thing that I have is a request to purchase, what I have remaining in the budget, to exchange our pistols. Actually, I'm gonna have the sergeant speak to this, because you got more knowledge with where we wanna go with it. So, it's,
We just need to get you a
it's
beak,
the
right?
latest technology, is it, what's the name of it?
Reflex sights.
Reflex sights. So basically, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's almost like laser sighting. So instead of having to line up your sights, you just put basically a red dot on your target. I mean, we have it with the rifles right now, but this would be on your pistols.
So this is a sight that goes on it? It's just a mount, right?
Well, you would have to retrofit the weapon, you would have to get new holsters.
Right.
But it is the up and, my chief just went to firearms school at the academy, and the academy said pretty much all the new recruits are coming to the academy with those sights on their weapons.
What's it gonna cost?
It'll cost about probably around $12,100 to do that.
Do we have the money in the budget right now?
Yes, we do.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
And just to follow up, I mean,
So
Thanks, Sarge.
are you gonna exchange things, or,
yes,
right, you can
Yeah.
exchange them in and out and get
Yep.
credit for
which is right around 12,100 rough estimate. That includes holsters.
Okay.
And in my opinion, as a chief, anytime you can improve accuracy with a firearm, it's a win-win,
Oh, yeah, I think
all the
so.
way around.
Oh, yeah.
And it
Less
would-
liability for the town.
Exactly, and greater confidence for the officer knowing,
Less liability.
you know, we just had training last, a month.
Chief, you got your money. Stop talking.
No, we haven't voted yet. We had a motion.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Bob?
I'm an aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Okay.
I'm an aye, 5-0.
Money and run.
Did you get your duck on the Jeep?
I was wondering who left that on my door.
I said something to Dan when I stuck it in there. Your Jeep has been ducked. Duck, duck, Jeep.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Well, nice
Right.
seeing you again.
Oh, and I wanna say I did get, and I told the chief earlier, I got a comment from somebody the other day that told me they were very ecstatic. They feel our police department is, very professional and, they've had some interactions with the police department, especially Jared, and they were extremely happy and pleased.
He
with
looked
our
good
current-
today, he had
our
that new
current state of
uniform
our
on,
police
just
department.
shining, he looks really good today.
Did they also tell you that we should raise their salary level?
No,
No.
no,
Oh, by
they
the
didn't
way,
tell us that. They had told me the taxes were high.
Graduates this Friday,
Awesome.
and he'll be ready to go.
Is it a virtual graduation?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
not, I mean, they're limited to 500 people, so I don't wanna really jump on, cause
Sure.
it'll force the other families not to, partake in that, so.
But you're gonna do something locally.
We're
that we
doing
can
something
come.
Friday, afternoon, 4 to 6. We are, because of COVID, I mean, you're more than welcome to attend, but we're really trying to keep it limited with just the officers and Chris's family, cause they don't have a.
I've been turned down before, chief, thank you.
But you're
I
more
turn
than
him
welcome
down all
to
the time.
stop in when
If-
we'll have food and beverages.
Can we get them into the rec center? So you have more room?
We could,
Probably.
yeah.
Super easy.
I would just like to shake his hand and say thank you.
You can't shake hands.
No, you can't.
I'll wear gloves.
You'll see him around
But
town.
if
can
you
wave
want the
at him
rec
and say
center,
thank
we'll
you.
get you into the rec center if it's available. Then it gives you a place to spread out and.
All right.
You had also talked about virtual coffee?
Oh, yes, we wanna do a virtual coffee with a cop again. In light of COVID, obviously, we can't do anything face to face. So the lieutenant actually had the idea, and I think it's a good one, but, we were thinking Saturday at 9, like
You
a
hear
Saturday in
that, LT?
January.
You had a good idea.
But
Did he
I
drop
wanted
his
to-
phone? No.
Nope.
I wanted to throw it out to you to see what time frame you think would work for a virtual Zoom coffee with a cop. I mean, we're thinking Saturday at 9, but I'm like, yeah, but people, are they gonna really wanna jump on Saturday morning? I don't know. So I'm just trying to figure out the best time frame, and then we can put it in our website and Facebook page and Brentwood News.
Oh, I drink coffee all the time, so you can
I
have it
think
at 9
probably-
o'clock at night.
You know,
Yeah.
wait till January and then,
We're thinking potentially January 23rd, which is Saturday, at 9 AM in the morning.
9 or 10, I mean,
You think?
at that point, people are gonna be stuck inside shivering and.
Yeah,
Yeah, 9 to 10.
Yeah,
works for
9 to 10's good.
All right.
9 to 10 should-
and that's what we'll shoot to do then.
Yeah.
Cool, I think it's a great idea.
All right? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Do you have
Stay
anything
safe.
else?
Earn time?
Peace.
Earn time, that's right. All right. So we had discussed a few weeks back about earn time and that we wanted people to take it.
Yep.
I had an epiphany at some point. that It's
Epiphany
actually
or Epiphany?
Yes.
epiphany,
Okay.
epiphany or something. A thought.
I was wondering what he had.
I hope
have
you wash your
weird-
hands
I
after.
have weird thoughts. I have come up with weird things and emailed Karen at like 2 in the morning.
I was never
But-
that bad. No.
It's cheaper for us to actually pay out the earn time than it is to cover shifts.
Yep.
So I would say anything that can't be carried over that we just pay out next pay period, they can get a little nice Christmas bonus.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Aye.
Ken? Bob, Phyllis, and I'm an aye.
There you
How's
go.
that?
Easy enough.
We also have to get back, starting January 1st, to Employee of the Month.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
an idea for that.
Okay.
For the last 3.
I do too.
The last
Coffee with the
3?
cops, they can have, no.
Well, because we haven't done it for the last couple of months, and so it was $20 was sort of that quarterly one. So I'd like to nominate for Jeff Collins, Kate and Blazek for that letter that the chief issued last month with their response to that elderly gentleman while they were out.
Yep.
So I'd like to give it to those two, and then Alyssa Sanuski for her help with COVID and everything she's doing for the EMS department.
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye, aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Phyllis,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. Congratulations.
Do we have any non-public?
I think so. I think I have a non-public.
It looks like that,
I
but,
think we do have to talk some stuff on public.
Phyllis, do you have anything for public that you need to discuss?
No.
Bob?
Should we be addressing the health officer thing or not?
Yes. was a complaint filed with the Attorney General's office about a gym business in town. I'll turn it over to Bob.
And Blue, well, George, I call him Blue, he reached out to me because he had received a complaint from somebody in town also, and so he asked if he could handle it. And I was like, yeah, by all means, I'm busy, go. So he went over, he addressed it, it looks like they're in compliance, from what he's seen. And so he's written a letter that you guys have seen, so, and there was some expressed, from the owner of the facility that they had some other issues with, getting fictitious complaints from another tenant that's in the complex. So it sounds like it might be a dispute going on
Okay,
at that place, so, just so we're kind of aware of that, but they are in compliance. That the self-defense, place is in compliance. The complaint was that they weren't requiring, patrons or employees to wear masks, and they weren't cleaning appropriately in between classes. He was able to prove that he's actually doing that. All those things that they complained on are unfounded. So, that's the multiple complaint that I've had, from people, I call it mass shaming, or trying to put
Yeah.
people to shame to say, oh, or trying to be vindictive about the fact that they're not complying when they are. And this is another one that it's just unfounded.
So what's the consequence of you making false allegations? Anybody?
I don't think there is anything.
There
but
should be.
I think it's a matter of saying it's unfounded, and if I get another one like that from them, hopefully the Attorney General's paying attention and not just putting it onto the local municipalities to basically be their police officer for something that's unfounded.
Well, either way, there's no enforcement by us, it's a civil penalty issued by the Attorney General's
Yeah,
office.
so the Attorney General's office ultimately has to do it. What I'm finding is, whether it's Bianca or Sophia from the Attorney General's office, is they're reaching out to municipalities to use us almost like their eyes and
Agents.
ears and their agents. I'm not their agent. I know one of the things they were like, oh, you know, I had a talk with Bianca, and Bianca's like, well, can you have your staff do it? I said, well, let me check with me, myself, and I. The three of us say, no, I'm not gonna go around town and do all your
Do
work
all
for
that,
you.
yeah, trying to see who's.
So, every time you get a complaint, fine, and like the one business I looked at, there was 3 complaints on that one business. But it all seems like it came from the same person.
Yep.
Well, at what point do you tell that same person to knock it off? Or give me their address, I'll show up at their house and see if they're wearing a mask in the middle of the day. You know, and then I'll give them a fine.
It's not on your shoulders, it's on the Attorney
It's on
General's
the
office.
AG's office, but they're
But
trying
they're
to use us.
expecting you to send information up to them so they can.
Right.
Because obviously they have limited resources too.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
But, you know, it's great, I understand they're getting the complaints, it's just the way they're going about it is concerning to me. And I voiced that, I said something to Karen, and I said something right up to Bianca, and I was actually kinda agitated when I went over to, the business that I had to go to. And the AG's office
Why did I
called
let both
to make
go?
sure I was there.
Really?
And I'm like,
Yeah,
Oh,
give me
yeah.
the phone!
that's offensive.
All right, Ken?
So, that's my.
Well, I have nothing.
All right.
I don't have anything.
Not for public, no.
All right, Brentwood, we're not gonna come back from, non-public session, so everybody have a good night.
And I'm
Good.
gonna make
Probably-
a motion that we go
We'll
into
probably do
non-public.
the same thing next week and have the Zoom option as well.
Yeah.
I have a motion to go in non-public for
Second.
employee matters.
And that's in accordance with chapter 91A, 311, A, B, C, D, E, and I. Roll call.
Ken, was that a second?
It was.
Aye.
Bill? Ken?
Aye.
Bob?
aye,
And I'm an aye.
aye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.
Phyllis, thank you. You remembered our conversation. We were having coffee in the break room.
Yeah, I remember, I was